The event was a honoring the matriarchs brunch Eleanor had organized for her new charity. My siblings were there, the local board members were there, and Sarah was there, sitting quietly at the end of the table. Eleanor stood up to give a speech. She couldn't help herself. She thanked everyone, then looked at me and Sarah and said, "And I want to thank my son for his strength. We all know how hard it is when the home life is precarious. But we do it for the children." The room went quiet. It was the pity move she had practiced for years. I didn't get angry. I stood up and pulled out my phone, which was connected to the room's presentation screen for the charity slideshow I had volunteered to manage. "I agree, Mom," I said. "Stability is everything. Which is why I wanted to share some of the guidance you've been giving us over the last year. It's been so enlightening." I didn't give a speech. I just hit play. The screen didn't show charity work. It showed a scrolling reel of her emails. The one where she called the clinic to report Sarah's imaginary drinking. The text where she told my sister that Sarah was neglecting the kids for her ego. The recording of her telling me, just 20 minutes prior in the hallway, that she couldn't wait for Sarah to finally burn out so we can be a real family again. The silence in that room was absolute. Eleanor's face didn't go red, it went gray. She looked at the board members, the people whose respect was her oxygen, and saw them shrinking away from her. I turned the screen off. "You told me you wanted to be in our lives," I said quietly. "But you can't be in a life you're trying to destroy. We're done." She tried to play the victim. She cried. She told my siblings I had hacked her, that I was under Sarah's spell. But the documentation was too dense. The timeline was too perfect. Eleanor moved back to Denver 3 weeks later. She tells everyone there that she's a displaced grandmother and that it's not her fault she isn't allowed to see her grandkids. She plays the martyr in a different city to a different audience. But she doesn't call us. She knows that every time she reaches out, I simply reply with a link to that same folder of evidence. I didn't feel victorious when she left. I just felt finished. Last Sunday, Sarah and I sat in the backyard while the kids played. For the first time in years, the air didn't feel heavy. I stopped checking Eleanor's social media. That was how I knew it worked.